Most healthy people can take ownership of when they've caused harm to someone and apologize. A covert narcissist will never do that. And if you ask them to do that, you just started a war. It'll be a silent war that'll work against you in all ways. You may not even know there's a war going on with a covert narcissist. They may be going around to all of your friends and everyone you know in secret, destroying your reputation, lying, gaslighting, manipulating the way that people see you, until eventually people start evacuating your life and you have no idea why. Sometimes we're such caring people that we don't see the setup. We see someone hurting. We see someone who's gone through a difficult experience, who is expressing themselves vulnerably to us, and we want to be there to help them. We want to be a shoulder for them to cry on, someone they can lean on, someone they can talk to when they're having a difficult time. What we're not prepared for sometimes is the setup of a covert narcissist. If you're a very empathic or caring person, you can find yourself being the prime target of a person who will suck you into their web because of your sympathy and your empathy. There's many different reasons why covert narcissists sink to someone and try to pull them into their web. It could be because this person is highly confident and they want confidence. It could be this person is highly empathic and they want someone to feel empathy for them. It could be that you know a group of people that they want to be in with. Once you're deep in the layer of a covert narcissist, it's difficult to advocate for yourself because they've done so much gaslighting to confuse you, and you think they're someone that they're actually not showing you. Covert narcissists are very insecure people, but they don't like to project insecurity. They will sometimes project that they're fragile or vulnerable, but not always. It depends on the circles they run with. If they run in circles of status and net worth that are very high, then they will project that they're very confident. If they run in circles of people who are very successful, then they will project that they are successful and that they are deserving. But inside of themselves, they will have a deep insecurity, knowing that they don't feel that they are as successful as those around them. And those insecurities will come out in many different ways, primarily not allowing people that they deem to be lower than them to be allowed to rise within these circles of people above them. So if somebody comes into the group that doesn't have as much status, money, or power, then they will try to make that new person in the group beholden to their approval. Because they're so insecure, they will always be analyzing who is above them and who they think is below them or at the same level. Covert narcissists very much enjoy finding power through others because they have a difficult time feeling truly in control of their own lives and emotions, their own ability to act on their own and feel confidence with those choices that they make. They lack the ability to self-direct. So they look for other people who will sort of drive their vehicle, who will help them become greater than they are without it being in a situation where they're on the hook for that. Covert narcissists often end up with narcissists, married and in relationships, because the covert narcissist craves the type of power and self-grandiosity that the overt narcissist displays. The overt narcissist is good at projecting this image that nothing can get to them, that they can do anything, that they are invincible, and that everyone is beneath them. And the covert narcissist, since they have this really strong feeling of inadequacy, desires to feel that way. They desire to feel better than other people, above other people. And this is where in the two personality disorders, you can really see there's a psychological and emotional illness, because a normal, healthy person doesn't need to consider themselves as being over anyone. A healthy person recognizes that autonomy is a beautiful thing and allows a person to grow and to just enjoy that growth and celebrate that. But when you see covert and overt narcissists, they oftentimes will couple up together because the overt narcissist wants to be served, wants somebody who will prop up that illusion that this overt narcissist is the best at everything they do. And by osmosis, the covert narcissist gains more status, gains more attention and respect by being with the overt narcissist who commands respect. We see this dynamic a lot in powerful, wealthy communities where you will have someone who is just killing it at the business game, and then someone who's married to them who knows how to support that image of this person's the best, they're the top, we have the most. And this helps the covert narcissist diminish those feelings of inadequacy and rise straight to the top with the overt narcissist and feel that they too are someone that's above the rest. And this is why when couples like that divorce, it can be disastrous because that covert narcissist has now been shunned, disrespected, and pushed to the side, which is the greatest trigger from their trauma that they could experience. So they will immediately go on a campaign if they go through this, looking for sources to start to build their sense of greatness again, looking for people who will be around them and coddle them and tell them how great they are, and none of this is their fault. It's all externalized onto this new enemy. And instead of them being the ones that externalizes the pain, they have a whole group of people that will now externalize this hatred towards this common enemy. It's a very unhealthy cycle that people can end up in, because in the end, peace comes when you let go of the anger and the rage and the disappointments that you feel, when you process things. But covert narcissist is unwilling to do that. They are more interested in the games of war and acquiring. They will look for a new person to acquire right away to create a revenge against the person who's left them. That insecurity wound gets stoked, and it's like there's this little child part of themselves that wants to be vindicated. And so they go into revenge states of being and wanting to hurt that person and to show them how they don't need them. They're not important. Look at my new life now. And they're under this false illusion that the narcissist who left or the person that left them will care about where they end up and who they're with now. And of course, when that person doesn't care, it becomes this never-ending cycle of externally proving yourself and finding enemies who don't placate the illusion that you're putting out. Covert narcissists are harder to spot than overt narcissists because they don't have the self-grandiosity that an overt narcissist has. The term covert gives it away. They manipulate and gain power in secret over others. It's a covert operation. No one's going to know except them what their intention is, what they're trying to get from a situation, and how far they'll go to actually achieve those goals or destroy that person so that nobody ever finds out what they were doing. They're very dangerous in this way. Because they know it's shameful what they're doing, they operate in secret. And anytime someone's operating in secret, they're much more likely to destroy you should their game be up, should you see things for what it is. They're good at gaslighting people for this reason. They're excellent manipulators. They will make something seem a way that it is not. They will make sure that you think you're always the one to blame for everything. Even if it's something they do, they will put themselves in the position of being innocent and convince you that you're the one that is causing the harm and needs to take ownership. Most healthy people can take ownership of when they've caused harm to someone and apologize. A covert narcissist will never do that. And if you ask them to do that, you just started a war. It'll be a silent war that'll work against you in all ways. You may not even know there's a war going on with a covert narcissist. They may be going around to all of your friends and everyone you know in secret, destroying your reputation, lying, gaslighting, manipulating the way that people see you, until eventually people start evacuating your life and you have no idea why. Covert narcissists externalize all of their problems onto other people. They look for enemies. If they have an enemy, then they have an outlet to blame someone for everything going wrong in their lives. This gives them the ability for the people around them to continue giving them sympathy and support. Instead of taking ownership of their behaviors, the things that they might have done to create consequences that have blown up in their face and destroyed their lives, they will find an enemy externally that they can outsource all of their anger and rage and disappointment. It will become a great distraction for them, because then they won't have to look at themselves and say, was there anything I could have done better? Were there things that I said or did that contributed to this outcome? How can I take ownership of that? And how can I make sure that I can make amends with this person and find peace in my heart? They don't have that ability to process their emotions at that level and take ownership of that, because they have no courage to do that. It's not that they are not anatomically able to do that. It's that they don't have the emotional courage to understand that humility and self-reflection is the thing that will make them better people and give them inner peace. So instead, they look for an enemy, and it's easy for them to find an enemy nearby, someone generally who other people may not know, may not be connected with, and then their network can't triangulate the truth. And this is why it's important to be very honest with yourself, honest with the patterns you're seeing about a person. Don't just listen to what they say. Also pay attention to what they do. Pay attention to how they make you feel. Pay attention to whether or not what they say and what they do is congruent with integral behavior. This is the only way to spot a covert narcissist. You can only find them in the lie and the trick of the pattern that they're playing out. And that requires somebody who really wants to know the truth, who really wants to know who a person is. Eventually you wake up to realizing this person's never going to change. They don't want to change. They're not showing me anything in their life that is taking steps towards repairing the trauma in themselves, taking ownership, becoming healthy in the ways that they think, speak, and behave. There is nothing healthy that I see evolving in front of me. Therefore, I either have to devolve and make myself unhealthy with this person, or I have to detach and deprogram from the mind control that this person has had over me. And if you decide to detach from a covert narcissist, it's going to be tricky because they put a lot of landmines in you. They will make you think that you're selfish to think about yourself and your own well-being. They will make you feel like you're a bad person for leaving them alone in this chaos that they have created and thinking about yourself and bettering your life. But it's okay to do that. It's important to do that, in fact. If you recognize you're in a pattern where someone is manipulating you, controlling your life, bringing chaos and drama in, and they have no desire to actually make their life healthy, then it's imperative that you detach, that you create a distance, that you do not make yourself available for this person, because this person's not well. They're not well mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and they will make you sick, and they will destroy not only you, but the relationships in your life and the quality of experience you can have in those relationships. Because let's not forget that covert narcissists are extremely jealous and envious of other people because of their insecurities. So if they can't have you, then that means other people can't have you. So if you are a person dealing with someone like this, I want to encourage you to really take inventory of the patterns you're seeing. What is it about this person that you feel you are responsible for? And is that really fair to you? What is it taking from your life, your relationships, your potentials? Are you having to say goodbye to friends that you wanted to make or choices that you wanted to make? Are you becoming more like them and less like you and how you used to be? It's really important to take inventory so that you understand what has happened in this relationship and whether that's in your best interest. And if someone approaches your life, it's important to vet people who are trying to enter your life. Don't just blindly trust everybody. You can be friendly, but pay attention to what they're doing, to how they're treating you. If they seem like they're starting a campaign of abuse or drama or gaslighting, that's a huge red flag. Pay attention to that and make your choices early before you end up in a situation where someone's going to really have you hooked and make serious changes in your life that you're going to have to deal with for a long time to come. Remember, covert narcissists operate in secret, so it's going to be up to you to uncover the hidden code of the narcissist in your life. If you have any questions about covert narcissism or you have any experiences you want to share, please leave that in the comment section below. Take care of yourselves and be wise when you're allowing people to come into your life. There is a hurting world out there filled with trauma and very, very manipulative people. It's okay to love them from a distance and let them go if they're not healthy. I hope this helps. Love you all. Be well.